I didn't really hope anything because I'd been told several times, this is where you're going to stay, you're not going to go anywhere else. And it was completely incorrect. Some places lasted longer than others, and it allowed me to get my hopes up, but then the disappointment was worse because they'd started to get used to this family and I really liked them and I felt settled with them, and then suddenly I was moved somewhere else. When I first came, and I know it myself, I was very closed off. You could say I wasn't very responsive to other people's feelings towards me because I was closed off from mine.
When I came into the family, at that stage I'd already moved more than 20 times. I'd been in 6 schools. There was so much instability in my life, and I found it really, really hard to connect with kids, to make friends, to form bonds, because I didn't know when I was leaving again. Sometimes it was weeks, sometimes it was months. It was completely out of my control. It was mainly to do with whatever my birth parents were doing at the time, and whether they wanted me or they didn't want me, changing their mind all the time. So it was really, really confusing. It was really hard.
After the adoption, I was able to say things with a self-confidence that I didn't have before the adoption. I think from that point, I started to open up a lot more than I had because I knew it wasn't going. I was staying where I was, and I liked staying where I was.
So having that opportunity to come into a home and have that be permanent, and have parents that were so committed and so unrelenting in their desire to help me and their desire to give me a safe place to call home. I always know that if I could call my mum in 5 minutes and just go, "Mum, I need to come home, I need to see you," she'd be like, "I'll be there." However, I know that if I needed them, my parents would virtually drop everything and come running if I needed them to.
I'm studying at university. I still live on the Central Coast, where I've spent most of my life, and I'm looking at buying a house and starting my own sort of next chapter of my life, which is exciting, and it's all sort of coming together and happening.
Tori's had contact with her grandmother right from the time she was young, and a half-sister. Constant contact with her grandmother. Half-sister, they ebb and flow, but they're teenagers, so that's all right. But they've had a lot more contact recently. Yeah, probably the greatest contact's had with her is with her grandmother, her mother's mother. That's been the major contact, and she's been great. She's come down. She's a bit older now, and she's had a fairly bad car accident, but she used to come down every 3 months and pick up Tori's half-sister, and we'd go off to a park and do something. But since then, we probably tend to visit her now. Yeah, we always took the attitude that it was up to the kids. They wanted contact, Tori wanted to go and see her grandmother. We shot up to central Hunter Valley, and 4-hour drive, and we got there sort of thing. So I think it's a positive thing because, they never had a question about who am I or where I come from.
Just wondering what life was like for you growing up adopted.
Well, I didn't really see it as any different to how most children are raised. It was very much the same for me, and it was really nice. We all had our ups and downs, but there was nothing ever to do with adoption that made it negative.
That you were lucky to not experience large numbers of different placements?
Yeah, that's true, because I'm pretty sure I only had one foster home, so yeah, it was good. Yeah.
So for you, adoption was just normal. It was just like growing up in any family.
Yeah, it was.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
It has given them a sense of security already, although they're such a young age. They do feel that belonging, and even since the adoption has been approved, it's just, you know, they do need that feeling of permanency and that they're not going to go anywhere, that nobody can, you know, take them away. We were their second lot of carers, so they had come into the system with another set of carers whom they were with for 15 months. And then they were with us for 3 years prior to the adoption being approved.
For me, that when I stamped the papers, it gave me a feeling of relief knowing that from this day forward, I won't be taken away from my family. I will be with my family for the rest of my life.
When I was speaking to people, saying, "Oh, I'm fostered," sounded a bit weird, and they're like, "Oh, wait, why? What does that mean?" So I thought, look, saying that I'm adopted will be much easier.
I used to always think be reminded in my mind of a proverb that I'd heard once about how it takes a village to raise a child or children, and we had quite an extensive support village in terms of our family and Barnardos and friends, and even, you know, following on into school and preschool and things like that. That constant reinforcement of the children's position in our life made it much easier for everybody, really.